Hi guys, how you going? Welcome back to AJ's Car Garage. So today is Friday. It's been a week since I put the cam and the rollers on the engine, and yeah, also my mate should be out in about an hour or so to do some bearing measurements for me. So hopefully after today we can start getting things back together and on a decent rolling ball. Now, I've had a few deliveries today. Gonna find out what's what. Not sure what that is. But oh, that I know there's a few little goodies in there. The main one for my engine being flex plate. I need to find out if I got the upgraded studs with them. Sorry, not studs, flex plate bolts, because I can't remember. And if I haven't, well, guess what? This bloke's got to go buy some more. Anyway, yeah, we'll open them up and see what we got. So we'll start with my package from Golby Parts. Let's open her up and have a look. A special bit of kit. Some nice, oh hang on, got a lot of merch in here too. Not how I thought it was to be packed up. Anyway, doesn't matter. Put that down there, I can put some stuff on. Oh yeah, nice. Golby's hat. It's a Urban Snap. Pretty sweet. Nice shirt. Let's turn him around. Not bad, not bad. I like it. Another shirt here. It's that Haltech page up for power. And what have we got in here? A couple of little goodies. Alright, so what do we got? Oh yeah, keyring on it. Celebrating 10 years. Nice, nice. Golby's Parts. So what else we got? Nice cooler. There's something else in there too. Oh yeah. Nice little lanyard. Hell yeah. Put that back in there. And what else we got? That can go in there too. And some more stickers. And some nice decals. Sweet. Oh, cool. So that's that for the merch out of that box. Let's see what's in the other one, eh? 1 second. Okay, so let's have a look at this beautiful thing. Heavy duty billet chromoly flex plate. Let's open him up. First chromoly part for my Falcon. Well, oh yeah, some grease. Some instructions. Some bolts. They're flex plate and converter bolts. Let's check it out. I'm not going to take it out of the plastic. Well, not completely. Just undo here and have a little bit of a sneak peek. Check him out. She's pretty light too. I think it's about 5 kilos. We'll have a link in the description to where you can get yourself one of them from Golby's Parts. Ooh, I like it, he's fun. Did not even know this one was coming today. Send it with confidence. And if you don't know what product has that for their slogan, you don't know. If you don't know, you don't know. But if you know, well, you know. And if you know, well, right. So again, it's another product that's rated for 1,000 horsepower to give this thing some peace of mind. Yeah, nice. Yeah. This company is Bros Performance, and they make some of the best quality harmonic balances you will ever find. I'm so excited to have this piece of equipment. Look at that. I'm leaving it there. Check this out. Oh my god. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? Race Series harmonic balancer. It can be integrated with dry sump oiling systems. Damn. Oh. Oh. Is there anything? Oh, look at that. It's all engraved. Timing marks. Degrees, I should say. Oh, the quality of that thing. Wow. So excited to have that. I'm not even going to put them back in there. They're dirty. Shouldn't put that back in there either, but whatever. Oh. Some hot, spicy goodness right there in that little box. One Bearings Express tensioner and idler pulleys. So they're for my belt tensioner when it comes. I tried my hardest to find a belt tensioner with steel pulleys, and couldn't find one anywhere. I must have just been lucky with the last few that I bought, because the last few I've owned about 4 or 5 different Falcons, and yeah, the last few that I've bought all had metal, steel pulleys on them, so yeah, must have just been lucky. Anyway, pulley set for my tensioner when it arrives, so I can swap out the plastic ones for some decent steel brand newies. So that's that for my new parts. Yeah, very excited to have that new harmonic balancer. It's gonna give me a lot of peace of mind, same as that flex plate, so it can ring and ding its little head off as much as it wants and know that it's not going to give out in any unnecessary way when it comes to balance issues and connectivity issues between engine and gearbox. So yeah, oof, great stuff. Okay, also just wanted to let you know I've been doing a bit of stuff off camera, ready for today for my mate to come out and do some measuring. Yeah, which I went along and cleaned up all the main caps and the big end caps. And these have been good up until today. I checked them out yesterday and there was no surface rust on them. And then today there is. Damn. No, at least there's none on the important bits. So, yeah, I only cleaned them yesterday, so they're all good. So, I'll have to give them a quick touch up. But, yeah, I cleaned all the, bolts as well. Got my girdle here ready. My 1010 bearings ready to go. And, yeah, everything's, ready to go on the ball. So, it's about an hour until my mate gets here, roughly. So, I'm just gonna wander around and do a bit of tidy up until he gets here. Not much else I can do, really. Yeah. Talk to you shortly. Okay, so my mate should be here shortly in about 20 minutes. Unfortunately, he doesn't want to be filmed, so we can't get any of the measuring on film or whatever for you, but that's alright. I'll write down some measurements for what they come as and see what sort of comparison there is between them and the ones I did, and see how much of a difference there is or was, or not at all. So yeah, I'll get back to you when I've finished doing that, and talk to you soon. Alright, so old mate's just left, and yeah, everything's rocking, everything's sweet. So yeah, tomorrow, big day, getting the crankshaft put in. Let's do it. Rocking some Golby parts merch. Fucking not too bad. If I could show you my back, I would. It's pretty sweet. Get up going on the back of it. You would have seen it before anyway. But yeah, tomorrow we can start putting this lovely piece of equipment back in here. So yeah, can't wait. And of course, got to put my new girdle and everything in as well. So yeah, a lot of exciting new things happening with this engine. It's been a long time coming, although I sort of am only half doing what I need to be doing. Funds didn't quite allow it, and you're probably sitting back thinking, well, you said that to start with, but you bought this and that and rah rah rah. Yeah, and I'm not talking tools or paint, I'm talking parts. You gotta do it, you know. And it's not like I can leave this thing sitting around for the next 6 months waiting for me to get money for this and that, you know. I've already got everything out that I need to get out, you know, or pulled apart what I need to pull apart, rather. And yeah, instead of more or less creating more work, hence spending more money, I can just spend the money on what I've already got off there and what I can upgrade at this point in time. You know, if I was going to do the pistons and the conrods, you know, there's, you know, $3,000 just to get all that done. You know, would have had to take the head off. There's a machined head, a new head gasket, you know. I'm replacing the bearings anyway, but would have had to do the bearings for the conrods at least anyway. You know, piston rings, the pistons, the conrods, you know, depending if the conrods come with studs or not. Studs. You know, and you know, I say $3 to $4,000, and that's based on a kit you can buy that comes with the pistons that you want, the conrods that you want, the bearings, the piston rings, the head gasket. You know, the stuff ain't cheap. So again, I spent half of what, you know, I could have spent on the pistons and the rods, you know, on new harmonic balancer, new flex plate like you've seen earlier today, you know. Yeah, I've had to go through and buy 2 sets of bearings. Like, wow. And I bought the bearings to start with in the money that I had summed up to do what I'm doing. But, you know, one piece of wrong information, got to fork out another $350. But anyway, yeah, on that side note anyway, with the bearings and the crankshaft and oil tolerance, yeah, I should have wrote stuff down. I didn't, my bad. I was busy putting bearings together and all that, you know, do the work for him so he can do what I want for me. Anyway, yeah, this fella, he's been in the game a long time. I've had a lot of work done through him and haven't had an issue with anything that he's done. Now, anyway, if he's happy with the outcome, measuring up my bearings and my crankshaft and all that, then I'm going to be pleased, which I am. Now, I don't know what the exact tolerances are, you know, from yay to nay, you know, whether it be 2 thou to 4 thou, you know, something like that. But he said there's 6 thou of an inch gap between the crankshaft journals, excuse me, and the crankshaft bearings, and somewhere around, oh no, sorry, not somewhere around, there's a 2 thou of an inch tolerance between the conrod journals and the conrod bearings, so he's happy with that. If you want to take that for some advice, go ahead. Yeah, so everything is all sweet for putting the crankshaft back in. Alright guys, how we going? Alright, so today's the day, D-Day as they say. So I've gone along and just given it a quick clean up, a quick touch up here and there. Made sure all the journals are gonna be all the bearing seats are clean and dry, and go along and put all the bearings in their seats, and then I'll push the conrods and pistons down, clean up the crankshaft and sit it in its place. So let's get to it. Went out and got a few things this morning. Got myself some decent gloves, some thread locker for which I'll need later on, and yeah, some decent rags and some more assembly lube. Anyway, we'll go along and put all the top bearings in. Now again, do not touch, if you're doing this barehanded, do not touch the bearings with your hands. And no, you don't need to put any engine assembly lube between the bearings and their seats, like I did last time. This is probably your most important bearing. It's the thrust bearing. As you can see, it looks different to the other ones. It's got this extra flange on it, and this is the bearing that takes all the thrust, all the force from the crankshaft and holds it. So, very important. Top end, the top half of the crank bearings, and go ahead and put the top half of the conrod bearings in. And same again, if you're doing this barehanded, you don't really want to touch the bearing surfaces with your fingers. Yeah, clean that is. So, got all the top halves in there. Now, I'm going to go along with some of this assembly lube and lube all the surfaces of the bearings. Not too much, but a generous amount. Bring these over here. I'll give you a look. It's going to go a bit like that. Probably should have shaken it up. So you can see they're all lubed up. Probably should put a little bit just on that fascia surface there, but everything's all nice and covered, as you can see there. Oh, I missed one. It's alright, I'll do him in a minute. You might have noticed I come back for a little bit more lube, just to cover the thrust bearing a bit better. You need to make sure all the surfaces of the thrust bearing, because you know it wraps around the main part of the block. Yeah, just make sure you get enough lube on all sides. So in saying that as well, doesn't hurt, I've made sure I've put lube down along the sides of the block as well, where the bearings sit, just to be sure. Like I said, I'll do that one in a second. I've also put a tiny bit in here where the crankshaft sits. I'll wipe that little bit out there, because that's where the seal goes, and you don't want any grime, oil or anything sitting in there. So now I'm going to go along and give this a quick wipe over, and we'll sit him in its house, eh? What do you reckon? Sounds like a bloody good idea to me. Been a long time coming too, eh? So without further ado, let's get it done. So that's done. This is all nice, spick and span looking, ready to go in. Now you can push the pistons down, sit that in, and before I sit that in, I'm going to put some lube on the crankshaft journals and then sit him into place. So we now have all journals with assembly lube all over them. Just make a note, you can see here, and there will be a machine surface coming up away from the journal on the crankshaft journals and on the conrod journals, as you can see in here on all of them. So just make a note to get some assembly lube up on them as well. Alright, now time to get it sitting back where it should be. have it. Crankshaft sitting back in the engine. Oof, it looks so good, so new. Love it. Oh, oh, gives me goosebumps. Lovely. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and put some main caps with bearings on. Same procedure in a way. Don't touch any bearings with your fingers and whatnot. Yeah, assembly lube, and yeah, then we'll go along and put the girdle on and bolt it down. Yeah, when you install your main cap bolts, no thread locker or yeah, sealant or anything like that. Put a bit of engine oil around your thread and bolt it down. Alright, so we've got main caps here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whoop. And so not to get confused, number 5, it has got a T on it, not a 5. Thrust bearing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, thrust bearing 6, 7. Alright. Now you'll notice number 2 cap looks like that. Nothing gets bolted into it, and you'll notice all the rest of them except number 7, nothing gets bolted into that. Yeah, they've all got this wide chunk on it that goes to the intake side. So like that, when it's upside down, intake side, right? Exhaust, intake, upside down. If it was the right way up, they'd be facing obviously the same way, but I'd be facing the passenger side of the car. Anyway, right, I'll go along and put some bearings in these, get some assembly lube on them, and get them bolted back in there. Let's do it. Right, so number 1's already got it in there from yesterday. I'll sit him to the side. Right, there's my bearings here. Yeah, if you weren't around or didn't see my last video with measuring of the crankshaft and whatnot, I'll just explain again. With the crush zone of the bearings, it's only a real little 15th of a mill that extrudes up past the surface of the cap, and that's called a crush zone, which is what holds the bearings into place when they're all seated. These tabs that you see in here, they are only locating tabs. They do not hold the bearing into place. What holds the bearing into place is the bearings crushing against each other, and that is called a crush zone. So you need to make sure there is ever so slightly a bit of bearing sitting over the mating surface of the cap. And I think this one's playing hard to get. I'm not playing ball quite right. There we go. There we go. I doubt the camera will even pick it up, but so untighten my glove a bit here. I'll give you a, that's caught, 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 caught. The camera won't pick up how fine that is, but if your nail or anything that you run across there catches, it's good enough. Alright, let's get the rest of them in. Sorry, my phone had a bit of a malfunction. For some reason it's overheating. Anyway, the crankshaft is sitting in there, as you've seen, and all the caps are sitting on there nicely. Yes, that is the correct position for them to be sitting as well. Excuse me. So now I'm going to go ahead and open my girdle and sit it on top of the main caps so we can start bolting that down. Let's get it done. These things have got quite a bit of weight to it, so be very careful. Now it's got a couple of instructions on here. This side to crank, and you turn it over, so that'll be sitting on there like that. Now this will be the front and this will be the back. Alright, just sit it on there. Oh, I'm confused. Right. Hang on 1 second, guys. Alright, so it's not gonna fit on there the way it's sitting quite clearly. And look through there, it's sitting on top of the main caps, and yeah, won't even come close to bolting up flat. As it turns out, reading the instructions, I need to order myself some spacers that are machined to fit between the girdle and the main cap. And yeah, anyway, they do come with longer bolts as well, so yeah, I'm probably going to be up for another couple of $100 worth of kit, but anyway, yeah, so be it. I guess at this point the girdle and the main caps are gonna have to wait, but I guess we'll be right to go along and bolt up the pistons and the conrods. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. But that girdle, She looks pretty sweet sitting up on there, don't you reckon? What do you say? I reckon it looks pretty freaking mint, if you ask me. Anyway, let's get this off. I'm gonna put the bolts in there anyway, you know, just to secure the main caps and the crankshaft. I'm not gonna move the engine until it's all bolted down properly, so everything should be sweet. Alright, let's get that bit out of the way and done and dusted, and get these conrod big ends bolted down, eh? Glove up. Let's get these conrod caps on there. Now, when you're putting pistons together around the crankshaft, you want to make sure that the pistons are all facing towards the front. Now, it's going to be hard with this because obviously you can't see the pistons, but if you recall when I took it apart, and I have taken note that there is engraved numbers along the exhaust side of the pistons of the block, and the pistons with the engraved number face the exhaust side, so they're all numbered. As you can see on this one, it's got a 6 there, looks like a 9. There you go, 6. So that'll be for number 6 piston back here, and make sure the number matches with the same side that's engraved. So engraved mark on this side, engraved mark on this side go together. Now, just so you know, there is a difference. Engraved mark, nothing. So engraved mark together. Alright, so there is already 2 conrods sitting up near the crankshaft, being number 5 and number 2. So we'll find them and get them bolted down. Ooh, number 4. What's going on here? Number 5. I'll put some going in. Go all around the sides just to be sure. Better safe than sorry. Alright. Engraved number on this side with the engraved number. So there you have it. Conrod caps are back on there, and we're about to tighten them down. So I just want to reiterate a couple of things. Now you can see here that there's markings 6-6. You'll see there 5-5. If I get down in there close enough, you'll see the same there. So it'll be a 4-4. so on and so forth. Now, one thing I want to make sure you guys know, and it is a must to know, that they all have to be put back the way they come apart if you're disassembling an engine. If you buy any brand new, whether it be factory or OEM parts, if there is no markings on them to tell you which way is forward, or they do not come with instructions to tell you which way is forward, or the caps, like I've showed you, do not have engravings to tell you which side is which and which ones go together, do not use them, because they are all manufactured and made to go a certain way, and each conrod is made for itself. So a conrod is made, whether it be cast or forged or any other way it's made, they are made as a single unit. They are not made conrod end and cap in two pieces. They are made as a single unit, and then they are split with a very precise machine to create the cap. So that is why it is very, very important to keep the caps with the conrod they came with, and to make sure that the caps go on the same way that they came off, because like I said, they're made as one unit. They're split in half when they're made, and so when you go to put them back together, if they're not the exact same way they come off, they will not seat into position correctly, and obviously you'll have oil pressure problems, and your crankshaft will burn out or get scuffed up, or yeah, many different major issues. So yeah, in saying that, I'm going to go ahead and tighten these down quickly, and yeah, by that time it'll be time to call it quits. So yeah, let's get to it and get that done. Go along with the ugga dugga to start with and just get them all nice down tight. Alright, so 25 Newton meters is 18.4 foot-pound, and of course that was the last thing I've done up with the torque wrench, so it's already set. So stage 1, 25 meters. Alright, so stage 2, after 25 Newton meters, or in my case 18.4 something foot-pound, is 90 degrees. So let's have a... And there we have it. Big end bearings all torqued up to spec. reinstalled, and god damn, it's looking great. Oh, loving it. Something just happened then. Anyway, I'm loving the way this thing's coming out, the way it's looking, the way it's gonna look. All talked up to spec. Not bad. Me's got to go order some more bits and pieces, longer bolts and spacers to put that girdle on, and yeah, happy days for that. Alright, so I think it's going to be the end of that one for at least today anyway, and yeah, we'll get back to you and let you know what's going on, what else we're going to do. Peace out until then. Alright guys, I'm going to leave this one here. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you're enjoying yourself no matter what you're doing, morning, noon or night. Yeah, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.